Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, we were supposed to have some breaking news on the Ripple XRP lawsuit, and we did, but we didn't get the news that we really wanted to have, and I think it'll take a couple of hours for that to come out, and I understand a lot of you guys must be wondering what I am talking about. Well, XRP versus SEC seeks to file a single up to 60-page response to individual defendants' motion to dismiss. Ripple does not consent, and a written opposition is expected from Ripple, according to SEC letter below. So this came out just 2 days ago, where basically Ripple's side, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit against them a couple of weeks ago already, and the SEC has to respond. Now, they didn't want to respond two separate times with a 30-page limit. They wanted to respond one time to both at once with a 60-page limit. And we said before that's not really fair because you're going to bundle the two together, which shouldn't be, and they could most likely make some better arguments because it's basically like having a 60-pager now instead of a 30 because they're going to write the same thing twice anyway. So it's just they can now make their points a lot stronger. So some quote-unquote breaking news came out because we actually got some information about that just now. However, what was supposed to be interesting today was this right here. Ripple, the individual defendants, and the SEC News have to respond to John Dean's motion to intervene on Monday, May 3rd, and we will probably see a ruling on some of the pending discovery disputes sometime next week. No hearings are scheduled for the next week as of today, and the only thing, again, we're going to see this week is the kind of verdict from the judge. This responds somewhere today. It could already be out just now, but I haven't seen it just yet. Then again, though, I'm also 2 hours, further than I normally am in the Netherlands. And the thing is, they usually post this somewhere throughout like let me quickly see here, like 1 to 2 a.m. So maybe for me right now, it's going to be like 5 a.m. or so when they actually post it, 4 a.m. maybe. I might not be able to actually cover it in time this time, right? So I might have to cover it tomorrow, but that is, again, what we are expecting or waiting for. What we did get, however, was this. SEC v. Ripple, SEC News files further response seeking to bar Ripple from seeking internal SEC staff materials, and this right here. The XRP versus SEC, the individuals defendants have filed their objection to the SEC motion to file a 60-page consolidated response to the motion to dismiss letter is below. All right, so this one is the most interesting, and this one is kind of the one that was already expected. So the paper itself, I already quickly read it. It's actually mostly what we just expected. It's just basically Ripple's side saying, well, we don't think that that's fair. We don't want it to be that way, and that's basically it. This is not really that interesting, all right? So you don't have to read through this. It's just once more Ripple saying, we do not want you to put those papers together. We want them to be separate because that's the way it's supposed to be. We're two individuals, so treat us like that. And again, it's really kind of logical if you ask me. And then the other one, let's quickly read it because this one is interesting. It actually is quite big. But then again, it's only 3 pages that he put down right here. And so we can actually read it if you guys want. Let's just actually go over the little points. Defendants again demand internal SEC staff communications contrary to the order. The court ordered the parties to meet and confer as to whether any internal documents expressing the agency's interpretation or views were subject to discovery, and no such documents exist. And then, let's quickly see. I think the internet is breaking down a little bit again. Sometimes we have that every here and there. I guess that is pretty damn annoying. Or maybe it's just blurry at all. No, actually, I think it's blurry. Wait a minute. No, I guess it's... No, it's not supposed to be blurry. I was like, damn, this is interesting how they blurred something out within a paper. It says, defendant's April 28 letter contains 2 important concessions. So let's quickly just go from the start here, right? Because I think it was quite interesting. And what else do we have to do, right? I mean, this lawsuit is happening right now as we speak. And everything that's happening in this lawsuit right now is influencing the XRP price. And I keep hammering it onto people. If you are a leverage trader, this is also what you have to watch. Because every time something interesting happens to it, the price just makes a really hefty move. And even if you're a spot trader, I guess, buying the dip is always going to be a freaking key. A couple of people earlier today said, Dusty, you made a video. Is it okay to buy XRP when it was, quite at the top? I keep telling people, I try to buy the dip as much as possible, and the video was actually kind of published exactly when XRP was dipping down lower. It was a good chance, huh? It was a very good chance to buy yourself some cheap XRP coins, in my opinion. So let's quickly check it out. Plaintiff SEC respectfully writes in reply to defendant's April 28th letter to the court, and in further support of the SEC's April 21st letter, to seek an order that resolves pending discovery disputes and bars defendants from seeking irrelevant internal SEC staff materials that this court has already ruled are not discoverable. What they are saying here is that Ripple filed a letter, SEC filed a letter. They basically want to, again, come down to the fact that Ripple is overreaching and they aren't supposed to get the documents that they are requesting. The SEC does not seek reconsideration of the court's April 6th order as defendants contend. So April 6th, there was a hearing and the court, or basically the judge said, well, Ripple, you're supposed to get these documents, and SEC, you're supposed to meet and confer about the other documents. They don't want to, come back to a different verdict because they agree with that. However, they think what Ripple is asking for does not fall under what the court ordered. Rather, as their letter makes clear, it is defendants who are seeking to disregard that order and obtain internal SEC discovery that the court already rejected. Thus, the SEC seeks an order that bars defendants from improper discovery beyond the limit of the order. So the SEC right now wants the judge to say, you know what, Ripple, what you're doing, that's not part of my order, so stop it. Defendants again demand internal SEC staff communications contrary to the order. In their initial March 15th letter to the court, defendants demanded internal SEC communications of any sort, even when where they revealed the markets and the SEC's own prolonged uncertainty over whether XRP was a security, end quote. March 15 letter at 1 on April 6th, the court denied defendants' request for email communications between SEC staff as not relevant to the, how the market is considering XRP and how the individual defendants, how it affects their reasonable belief. And given the potential to seriously chill government deliberations, on April 6th, hearing TR, it's very freaking small, guys. I'm so sorry. The court explained, I'm not going to require communications to be produced that are internal email communications with and in the agency. 2 days following the order, defendants demanded precisely that. All documents, including presentation slide decks, agendas, and other materials that are internal to the SEC or that may have been circulated as part of interagency working groups with respect to crypto. What I fetch from this and what I kind of get from this little part right here, this divide basically, is mostly the fact that I was just quickly checking here, I didn't even see this part before, is mostly that they are afraid that Ripple will just keep asking more and more and more, and that is not what the judge said. They basically just asked for some internal stuff which the judge hasn't given real proper admissions for. And the problem here is we don't know exactly what Ripple has asked. We don't know exactly what they're going for, and Ripple states that they're asking exactly what the judge said, and they want the relevant documents which they think fall under that specific order. The court ordered the parties to meet and confer as to whether any internal documents expressing the agency's interpretation or views were subject to discovery, and no such documents exist. So the thing is here, the SEC and Ripple had to meet and talk about it. Whether the SEC should produce or enter onto a privilege log, to the extent there are any relevant minutes or more official internal memos, any such documents expressing the agency's interpretation or views as to XRP, Bitcoin, or Ether. 2 days out, well, basically what it comes down to, just give you a little summary, they say there are no such things. We don't have to give you that because there isn't anything. Defendants now incorrectly claim that the SEC admitted that it had responsive documents. Defendants further incorrectly claim that the SEC acknowledged that it has internal memoranda that relate to XRP, Bitcoin, and Ether, and there are responses to defendants' discovery requests. They're basically just saying what you're saying all is not true. And over there at the media confer, we explained that while SEC staff prepare internal memoranda, such as privileged action memoranda presented by the SEC lawyers to the commissions to enable the commissions to determine whether to institute an enforcement action like this one. Any such internal memoranda does not express the agency's interpretation or views. Such memoranda express only the SEC staff's views. And that, again, is where the question right now lies. Where do we draw the line, basically? Where is it the SEC saying something, and where is it their members saying or thinking something? And the last part here is almost not readable for some unapparent reason. I don't know why it's not loading, guys. I told you all I might have to get out of here or get an upgraded internet plan because I guess going around the world is kind of fun. But then again, it also has its negative sides where your internet might just sometimes, take a little deuce. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying these daily crypto updates, make sure you press the like button if you haven't done so already. Like, why not, right? Make sure you support the channel. Just one little click. And then you are always updated whenever there's more important crypto news, specifically regarding XRP. And here at the bottom, I guess we could just quickly talk about it. Second, defendant's April 28th letter concedes that they proposed a 20th custodian offer. And once more, they're saying Ripple is trying to overreach. They're just trying to keep getting more and more and more and more, where, again, they do not think that that's necessary, nor do they think it is fair, and they want the judge to just scrap everything. A second little document was filed here, which I didn't even know too much about. Here's the relevant portion of the transcript of the hearing where Judge Netbergs makes her ruling. This is actually from, I think a little while ago then, right? Ooh, we can actually not see it now because of the internet problem, I guess. Let me quickly see here, guys. I am assuming that, I'm assuming that this is actually from a little while ago. This is from the 6th of April. We should be able to check it out if the internet were to work properly. We can also come back to this one in like a minute or so, and I think it will be fixed then so we can actually read it properly. John Dean had an interesting tweet a little bit earlier. Like I said, someone better inform Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger that their investment in Visa might need to be reevaluated considering they believe crypto is not good for civilization. And that is because Crypto Wolf said, Visa outlines 5 ways it's pushing into crypto. Helping you buy crypto, helping you spend crypto. Crypto is an everyday finance, settlement of crypto, and central bank digital currencies. The fun part is, again, that Warren Buffett and whatnot, are really against it, but all the companies they invest in, I think will eventually also adopt it in some way, shape, or form. I just could not imagine how all of those huge companies, like for example, even banks, right, just are not going to be entering the space. It's just unimaginable to some way. So them being against it is basically like betting against a winning horse. It's just something you don't really do, and it's not really smart to go for. At least, again, that is my own opinion on the matter. All right, let's quickly see. I hope they are now loaded. Okay, thank you everybody for your arguments. I appreciate them. All I have, can we see the date on this one? Because my memory is okay, but let's quickly see. I'm assuming that this was actually from previous time. Some limitation now is just as to email communications, the sort of everyday, more informal communications that I think would not be appropriate. I would direct that to parties meeting. Okay, so this is actually the ruling from a couple of weeks ago on April 6th, where there was actually a ruling. I thought maybe we missed some sort of hearing and this was actually discussed, but no. In general, you might ask, is this good or bad for Ripple? Is this good or bad for the price? This is basically SEC once more saying, Ripple, you are lying. Ripple, you're trying to overreach. And that is actually a negative document. Then again, the judge might just see this as false, and the judge can rule against this saying, well, no, you are not correct. Or Ripple can actually file a response just now, any one of these days, and actually once more say, no, we're in the right. We want these documents because of this reason. And this is all necessary for the judge to make her verdict because earlier, like a week ago or so, no, what was it now? The 30th, so a couple days ago, she couldn't make a verdict, and most likely she either requested more docs or the SEC just came up with more docs because they're allowed to. I'm not exactly sure about that. I thought the judge had already had to make up her mind, but apparently not. So I guess this is all part of the bigger plan. And I think Ripple will respond to this, which might be good because, again, it might just be a nice little document for Ripple's side where they just can basically say, hey, we think we need these documents because you're hiding something. And we already know the SEC is just doing some fishy stuff right now. I don't want to say it too out loud because I don't think people really like it when I say that. But I do think the SEC is doing some really fishy stuff, and I don't really think they're playing a fair game. But again, that is my own opinion. I do not have facts for that. I just think they're not playing a real fair game. And then on a different note, Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik Buterin is now the youngest crypto billionaire at 27 years old. It is crazy to think about that. A crypto, or just I guess a normal billionaire at 27. In 6 years, he became a billionaire. That is really interesting to sometimes think about, right? How quick and how fast this all can go in such a freaking short amount of time. Just a billionaire. Yeah. Dream bigger, right? Dream bigger is all I can say about all of this stuff, guys. Yeah, really. I think a lot of the people investing in crypto right now just aren't imagining properly quite yet how much money is to be made right here. And man, if you just finally get it through, BNB and Ethereum right now, as far as they're popping off, I mean, BNB is right now $100 billion worth, man. It's freaking insane. If you think again how much it was a year ago, it is sometimes so crazy just for me to have it in my head. How much those prices just pump and dump. It's not necessarily pumping them, I guess just how much they gained over a really short amount of time. That's maybe just the crazier part. And by the way, this Bybit, once more, is a platform I use for trading crypto. Not right now, because I told you all, my internet here is not good enough to actually trade, so I'm waiting for a little week or so. But I think there's also some huge deposit bonuses. Go check it out. A link is down below. It's the platform I personally use. And if you're in the US, make sure you use a VPN. A link will be down below too.